Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What if the person you trusted your whole life turned out to be something completely unimaginable? This is the story of Monica and Haley, two lives deeply connected by something neither of them fully understood, until one devastating truth forced its way to the light. A DNA test, a lifetime of secrets, and one question that changes everything. Who are you, really? So picture this, a quiet, almost eerie hallway inside an old estate. Monica is standing there completely alone. The lights are dim, barely illuminating the walls, and her fingers are lightly brushing against old frame photographs. Generations of faces staring back at her like they know something she doesn't want to admit. You can almost feel the weight in the air, like the house itself is holding its breath. For weeks, rumors had been spreading around town. Not the harmless kind, the kind that stick, the kind that make people uncomfortable. And at the center of all of it was a question so shocking, so unbelievable. It almost sounded like a mistake. Could Monica actually be Haley's father? Yeah, let that sink in for a second. Even Monica herself couldn't fully process it. It didn't make sense. It shouldn't be possible. But her life wasn't exactly built on simple truths. It was built on secrets, on carefully crafted stories, on things hidden so deeply that even she had started believing in them. And now, for the first time, something was slipping out of her control. Meanwhile, across town, Haley is sitting alone in her apartment, staring at a piece of paper that refuses to change no matter how many times she reads it. The DNA test results are right there in front of her. Clear, unmoving, brutal, her heart is racing, her hands probably shaking, and she keeps whispering to herself that it has to be wrong. But deep down, she already knows because this didn't just come out of nowhere. This feeling, this doubt, it's been growing inside her for years. Growing up, Monica was always there, not just as a family friend, not just as a mentor, something more, something deeper, something that never quite made sense. As a kid, Haley ignored it. As a teenager, she questioned it, but now, as an adult, holding undeniable proof in her hands, she can't ignore it anymore. And then suddenly her phone rings. And when she looks at the screen, her stomach drops. It's Monica. Now imagine that moment, that hesitation because answering that call means everything changes. No more wondering, no more what if, just the truth raw and irreversible. She answers. Monica's voice is calm, but there is something underneath it. Fear, tension, something breaking. She says they need to talk, and Haley, already overwhelmed, says she was about to say the same thing. Then comes the silence. Not just any silence, the kind that says everything without saying anything. And for the first time, Monica doesn't seem in control. That alone tells Haley more than any words could. Monica finally asks if she found anything. Haley says yes. Another pause, longer this time, and instead of explaining, Haley just tells her to come over. No arguments, no questions. Monica just says she's on her way. The moment the call ends, Haley collapses into her chair. Her legs literally give out because now it's real. The truth isn't hiding anymore. It's coming straight toward her. At the same time, Monica is driving through quiet streets, but her mind is anything but quiet. Memories start flooding back. Things she buried, things she convinced herself didn't matter. But now, every single detail feels important. She starts thinking about Haley as a child. The way she loved, the way she looked at her, that connection she always brushed off as coincidence or guilt. And here's the thing, guilt doesn't just appear out of nowhere, it comes from something real. And Monica has been carrying that weight for years. When she finally arrives, she doesn't even get out of the car right away. She sits there, staring at the building, barely recognizing her own reflection. For once in her life, she's not in control. Inside, Haley's pacing nonstop, trying to figure out what she's going to say. But every version ends the same way, with pain. Then comes the knock, and just like that, Everything stops. She freezes, can't move, can't breathe, but eventually she walks to the door and opens it. And there is Monica. They lock eyes, and in that moment, everything unspoken becomes painfully clear. No words, just silence. Monica walks in, the door closes behind her, and somehow that small sound feels louder than anything else. Haley points to the table. The paper is right there. Monica walks toward it slowly, like each step is heavier than the last. She picks it up, trying to stay composed, but her hands betray her. They are shaking. She reads it once, then again, and then she stops. Her breath catches. Haley watches closely, hoping for denial, hoping for anger, anything that could mean this all a mistake. But what she sees instead? Recognition. And that's worse. Monica lowers the paper. The walls she spent her whole life building. They're cracking right in front of her. Haley finally asks the question, her voice breaking, and Monica pauses. Because once you say something like this out loud, there is no taking back. Then finally, she says it, yes, and that single word hits Haley like a wave. She can barely stand. She starts shaking her head, trying to reject it, trying to undo it. She keeps saying it's not possible, that Monica would have told her, but Monica cuts in, emotion pouring out now. She says she couldn't, that Haley doesn't understand what things were like back then, the choices she had to make, and that's when Haley snaps. She calls what it is a lifetime of lies. She asks how Monica could let her live her entire life without knowing the truth. Monica fires back, saying she was protecting her, that this truth wouldn't have made anything better. But Haley, she's done, because now it's destroying everything anyway. They both fall silent again, but this time it's unbearable. Haley turns away, hugging herself like she's trying to keep herself from falling apart. She asks if anyone else knows. Monica says so. And Haley just laughs bitterly. Of course, another secret. Monica tries to step closer, tries to soften things, but Haley shuts it down immediately. She makes it clear this isn't Monica's story to control anymore. And that hits Monica harder than anything else. Because for the first time, she has no power. This moment completely shatters both of them, but in very different ways. For Haley, it's an identity crisis. Everything she thought she knew about herself, her past, her relationships, it all gets rewritten in a single moment. That kind of emotional shock doesn't just go away, it changes how you see everything. For Monica, it's the collapse of control. She built her entire life around managing narratives, hiding truths, protecting herself and others through secrecy. But the truth has a way of breaking through, no matter how carefully it's buried. And when it does, it doesn't just expose facts, it exposes consequences. And the scariest part, neither of them is prepared for what comes next. Honestly, this is one of those situations where no one really wins. I get Monica's fear, I really do. Sometimes people hide things because they think they are protecting others. But here's the harsh truth, hiding something this big doesn't protect anyone, it just delays the damage. And Haley, her reaction is completely justified. Imagine living your whole life thinking one thing, only to find out it's all built on lies. That kind of betrayal cuts deep, but at the same time, I can't help but wonder, was there ever a right time for Monica to tell the truth? Or was this outcome inevitable no matter what? The story leaves us with more questions than answers. Can a relationship survive something like this? Can trust ever be revealed after a secret this big? And most importantly, is the truth always worth it, no matter how painful it is? I want to hear your thoughts. If you were Haley, how would you react? And if you are Monica, would you have told the truth earlier or kept it hidden? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And if stories like this pull you in, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Because trust me, this is just the beginning.